that the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpabio for 6 months for a total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023 as amended for bringing the presiding officer and the entire Nigerian Senate in general to public opprobrium.
Middle of the night to threaten her. And I said, if SP must go down, you too must go down. Senator Natasha Akpabio be so suspended, then my advice and appeal to her will be that she spends her period of suspension to read and learn our rules very well.
It's a particular minister who told me, Natasha, I know you are very intelligent and you'll be quite resourceful, but unfortunately I cannot have you in my office because you will be a distraction to me. And I was like, how do you mean, sir? He said, I will not be able to close my eyes a day without thinking of having you for myself.
Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're welcome to this Facebook page and YouTube channel. Okay guys, without wasting much of your time, I would like us to go straight down to this news. Finally, Senator Natasha has been suspended from the Senate House. This is heartbreaking. What these Nigerian senators, these men, what they are doing, this is wickedness. You see how all of them come together, join heads together to sack Senator Natasha. Because this woman cried out what the unfortunate Senate president, Godswill Akpabio, did to her. I will play you guys the video. At the same time, just see this malicious man. Hear what this man say. How this man is defending, supporting the unfortunate Senate president, Godswill Akpabio. Nigeria, we cannot continue like this. I know I did a video, I posted a video where court said they should stop probing Natasha. But right now, they've suspended her for 6 months. Suspend her for 6 months. Not just that, they suspend her salary, they suspend her allowance, they suspend everything about her. And they said when she wants to come to the Senate House after that 6 months, she needs to write an apology letter to the unfortunate Senate president. What a pity. Nigerians, see, you see those women that are supporting this unfortunate Senate president, the Godswill Akpabio. What Godswill Akpabio did to Senator Natasha, other men will do it to you guys. And when you guys cried out, nobody will give you guys listening ear. Let me play you guys this video because I'm hot. For real, I'm hot what they did to this woman. I'm hot. Watch this video, guys.
Dear Senate President, may I be given a chance to speak?
Prayer 1. That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpabio for 6 months for a total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023 as amended for bringing the presiding officer and the entire Nigerian Senate in general to public opprobrium. Those in support of prayer 1 say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. I'd put the question. Those in support of prayer 1 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. How do you amend a prayer that is unanimous? Prayer 2, that for the Senate to consider lifting this suspension or reducing the tenure of the suspension, Senator Natasha Akpabio shall submit a written apology to the Senate before any reconsideration by the Nigerian Senate. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Those
I was just out of a brass LNG where I worked for 5 years, and I was trying to get into an office. I sent my CVs to a number of highly placed persons. And there was a particular minister who told me, Natasha, I know you are very intelligent and you'll be quite resourceful, but unfortunately I cannot have you in my office because you will be a distraction to me. And I was like, how do you mean, sir? He said, I will not be able to close my eyes a day without thinking of having you for myself. Sexual harassment, amongst many others.
This is what this woman is facing in Nigeria. You see what they did to Akpabio. You see what they did to this lady now. They suspended her. But talking about this sexual harassment, this thing happened in Nigeria. You heard what she said. Where she went to submit a CV, the man there told her, saying that she is good, everything about her, but he cannot take her. Why? Because he can't stop thinking about her and he will want to have her in his bed. That one told her. But you see this unfortunate Senate president called Godswill Akpabio. I don't know, it no go better for these people. It no go better for these people. The way they intimidate ladies in Nigeria. One thing about this, but they don't want ladies. They don't want their word. They don't want, when they talk, they just want people to see them as, oh, you are irrelevant. That's what they want to classify these ladies to. Whenever they say anything, their word will not hold anything. That's what they are trying to do. But thank God, even you suspend her, but this lady shake you guys for real. She tried. She cried out. She made the world to know this is what I'm going through inside the Senate House. You all see this malicious man. Watch this video, hear what this man said.
I listened to distinguished Senator Natasha on Arise News. And I'm saying to all my distinguished colleagues, I had no regrets about what she said about me. She said I called her at exactly 13 minutes past 12. I had no regrets. And every one of you know it is characteristic of my own personal leadership role to try to reconcile everybody. I went to the Senate president and I got there that night. And I said, sir, tomorrow in chamber, you will have to tender a public apology to distinguished Senator Natasha. I beg you in the name of God. Because her understanding of what you said is different from the way you are interpreting it. By saying she should not speak as if she was in a nightclub. And Mr. President, you explained again that what you meant was it's only in the nightclub that everybody speaks in loud voice, trying to raise their voice above the volume of the music. And I said, sir, I understand you. But tomorrow you need to explain that again to her and other Nigerian women and apologize to her. And you asked me a question, why is it that you are always coming to me to talk? You have not have you called Senator Natasha? Everybody is dragging me on the social media, her bloggers, including herself, saying I must go down. Have you called her? And I picked my call and called Senator Natasha, placing her on speakerphone. DSP was there and two other of our colleagues. And I called. I didn't think 12 midnight was any time that we would not still be awake as senators. We go to bed 2 a.m., 3 a.m. People who are dragging us on social media should know that. And when I called distinguished Senator Natasha, the first thing I said was, distinguished, I am sorry. I hope I did not wake you up. She said, no, sir. I'm still busy. I'm still at work. You know, I can't be sleeping by this time. And I said, how is my brother? Referring to her husband. She said, he's fine and he's right here. And I said, I only called you to ask you a question. She said, what? I said, my dear sister, what would you gain? Because I'm reading everything that people are saying on social media. But what will you gain if the Senate president goes down? What do you stand to benefit? That was all the discussion. And as she was talking, she said, well, I didn't start this fight. As she was talking, my phone started saying reconnecting, meaning that network was failing. I cut it off and called back. As soon as she came back, Mr. President, you took over the discussion, believing that you were talking to a friend's wife who just said the husband was by her. And you said, Princess of the Senate, why are your people dragging me? And we discussed all of this. And at the end of the discussion, you spoke with the husband and reminded the husband or told the husband about a pending nomination that he was supposed to make for Delta State. And I thought that was the height of it, Mr. President. We were nominating people who will serve in the Public Complaints Commission. The husband is not the governor of Delta. He's not a senator from Delta. And I felt it was the height of respect that you could have for anybody, that you will ask the husband to submit the name of the nominee for Delta State for a 5-year tenure in public service. That was how we rounded up that discussion. But I listened to distinguished Senator Natasha on Arise. We rounded up that discussion. You came here the following day, you apologized, that rested the matter. But she recalled the matter last week on Arise and simply said, I called her at 13 minutes past 12, middle of the night, to threaten her. And I said, if SP must go down, you too must go down. I never said so. And I call on the DG, DSS, and all those, security agencies who have unrestricted access to telecommunication networks to please recall the record of the discussion that I held with the single Senator Natasha on my phone. So, and for me, if somebody says something that I know to be a blatant lie, it will be difficult for me to believe any other thing you say. So that's why when she proceeded later to say I was sexually harassed, Senate President took me around his house where his wife lives, where his children live, and was holding my hand with my husband following. And he told me, do you like this sitting room? If you like it, I'll bring you by there so that we can enjoy ourselves. There was no way I would believe all of that because...
What year?
Yes.
What year?
What year? Did the discussion...
No, what year did she allege?
Sorry?
What year?
He said 2023. 2023.
What year are we?
This is 2025. Well, sir, I clarify all I needed to clarify. I just wanted to say that, and Mr. President and distinguished colleagues, I had said all of those things just for me to make this simple point. Just for me to make this simple point. This is the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are expected to be sober. We are expected to carry ourselves in a way that we will continue to reflect the importance and the sanctity of this chamber. And having said all of this, what I would just say to our colleagues is that I am totally in support of the recommendations by the committee, and I commend them for the good work they have done. And if in the wisdom of this committee, or of this Senate, it is upheld that most distinguished Senator Natasha Akpabio be so suspended, then my advice and appeal to her will be that she spends her period of suspension to read and learn our rules very well. So that when she comes back to the Senate, she would have come back as someone who understands this rule back to back. I thank you, Mr. President, and I thank all our colleagues.
Okay, you listen to this man. Said, Senator Natasha, before she comes back to the Senate House, she needs to take her time to read the rules and regulations in that Senate House. So what you guys are trying to say is, even if any banamish is taking place in that Senate House, nobody is allowed to talk it out. Is that what you guys meant? See, make una use the play. Mr. Man, I understand. You are doing your own in favor of the unfortunate Senate president because the guy is you guys mini God. Is you guys mini God. So you guys are talking in his favor so that he can help you guys. That's what you guys are doing. Finally, you guys have suspended her, but you guys did not buy her. But mind you guys, Senator Natasha, she exposed what is going on in that Senate House. What about the first woman that came out to say that's what Godswill, the unfortunate Senate president, that's what he did to her? Then she got to boast the man for face. What about that lady? Make una use the play there. Senator Natasha, we stand behind you. No problem. Don't worry. They say 6 months. Okay. Let's wait. You will come back to the Senate House. So now, when you come back to that Senate House, definitely all of them will stay far from you. Because enough of these men harassing women in Nigeria. That's why they don't respect women. That's why when you see some Nigerians, they will travel down to UK. You will see they will be chatting children of 12 years, 14 years, men of 35 years old. Because they have that dirty attitude back home. They brought it down to this abroad to be chatting children. Then they will arrest them. Because Nigeria is not working. This man, the unfortunate Senate president, goes to Akpabio. They will suspend him to investigate. But because Nigeria is corrupt, no better investigation, nothing. The court that said, okay, they should stop probing Natasha, all of them put it together again and suspend her. Clap for herself. Guys, I will end this video. I said, let me bring this update for you guys to know what's going on. Please, share this video. Share this video, I beg you. See you guys on my next video. Stay safe and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Bye-bye, guys.